How about Biden's tax returns? How about all the tapes and all the transcripts of what Biden said to the Ukrainian president as they were setting up Manafort with fake evidence they're laughing about on the phone? How about that? Can we get that too? Again, we're just asking questions. Are we allowed to ask that? Or will I be thrown in jail too in the new police state that's been forced upon us by the Obama-Biden legacy? All right, this is big. I got this. This is from that series of, moving on, by the way. This is Joe Biden. It was election kind of 2020 stuff, but it's related to election 2016 too. This is devastating. Now, folks, I just want to be clear. We're having a really tough time completely authenticating this Joe Biden audio for a number of reasons, and the Biden camp is really quiet about it. But a series of audio leaks have emanated from the Ukraine. Ukraine. Sorry, it's not the UK, it's Ukraine. Have emanated from Ukraine. They are alleged to be conversations of former Vice President Joe Biden in 2016, while he was still in office as vice president, with the Ukrainian president at the time, Poroshenko. I played some of them before. This one we got today is just devastating. If this can, and I feel obligated to play this for you because the Biden team has been mum about this. Someone needs to ask this question. Is this real? Is this doctored? Is this what you said? Want to be clear, this is from 2016 when he's still the vice president. This is a recorded conversation between him and the Ukrainian president. And again, it's about the Black Ledger. The Ukrainian president starts to joke around with him. The audio is a little tough, but the Black Ledger was a fake document sent from Ukraine over to the United States, used in the media and by the FBI to target Trump's then campaign manager, Paul Manafort, who was let go after it. The Black Ledger was alleged to be a document indicating that Manafort was given cash payments for services in Ukraine. Ladies and gentlemen, the Black Ledger is a fake. It emanated from the Party of Regions. That's important when you listen to this audio. It's brief. It's only about, less than a minute. But listen to Poroshenko talk about how they slipped this document in with the Party of Regions and it made it to the United States and then mentioned Manafort. Ladies and gentlemen, the document was a fake. It was as authentic as the dossier. In other words, not authentic. Manafort was fired because of a fake document about fake payments. I'll prove it to you in a second. Listen to this audio first, and you should be asking this question the whole time. Did Biden know that Manafort was set up by the Ukrainians with a fake document? Check this out.
And another thing, it's just a joke. We released the important documents from the former Regents Party. As far as I understand, one of the key advisors of Mr. Trump, so-called Paul Manafort, is resigned today.
Yeah, I think he's gone back to Russia. I don't know.
And I think that this was a bad idea to take the Yanukovych advisor to the Trump team.
Yeah, I think so too. But there's a lot of bad decisions he's making.
Yeah.
All right, I'll talk to you at the beginning of the week. All right.
Good, Joe.
August of 2016, in the middle of a presidential campaign, the sitting vice president is joking with the Ukrainian president about a now debunked, discredited, fake piece of evidence used to prosecute an American citizen by the FBI, and Biden thinks it's hilarious. Manafort should go back to Russia. Press, anyone in the press interested in that at all? Just to be crystal clear, Biden is on tape discussing a piece of fake evidence used to prosecute an American citizen. That, Joe, sounds to me like collusion. I mean, again, we're just asking questions. Sitting vice president on the phone with a foreign leader in Ukraine discussing an American citizen and the opening of a case because a document was leaked from the Party of Regions that turned out to be fake evidence. As I wrote in all caps, fake evidence. Is anyone going to ask about this? Is anyone going to authenticate it? Is it going to get Biden on the record disavowing it? Anyone? Is it not Biden? Listen, if it's not, it's not. Is anyone going to ask? The Party of Regions is the one that leaked that document. It was fake, just like the dossier was fake. Now, you may say, well, the FBI had no idea that fake document Biden appears to be laughing about on the phone in August of 2016 during the heat of the presidential campaign between Trump and Hillary. Everybody knew at the time that the document, was real, right? I mean, they opened an investigation. Manafort went to jail because of fake evidence. Everybody knew and thought it was real, right? Not really. Let's go back to this piece in The Hill. I'll put it in the show notes. Sometimes we put some older articles. You should read this. It was when John Solomon was there before The Hill went there. It's now a disgrace. The Hill. What a joke. But when John Solomon was there, and it was a serious media outlet, this article came out. FBI was warned early and often that the Manafort file might be a fake. Used it anyway. The file Joe Biden's laughing about on the phone in August of 2016 with the Ukrainian president kind of sounds like collusion to me, from the Hill piece. So the FBI knew this was a fake too? So it's just interesting. In search warrant affidavits, the FBI portrayed the Black Ledger, in other words, folks, the fake, as one of the reasons it resurrected a criminal case against Manafort that it dropped. Wow, that's fascinating. The bank records, they needed them for search warrants in 2017 for bank records to prove that Manafort worked for the Russian-backed Party of Regions in Ukraine. Party of Regions, what Joe Biden was laughing about on the phone with the Ukrainian president. So there's just one problem. The FBI's public reliance on the ledger came months after the feds were warned repeatedly that the document couldn't be trusted and likely was a fake, according to more than a dozen interviews with knowledgeable sources conducted by John Solomon. For example, Ukraine's top anti-corruption prosecutor told me he warned the U.S. State Department's law enforcement liaison and FBI agents in late summer that the Ukrainian authorities who recovered the ledger believed it was likely a fraud. Oh, really? That's interesting. So the fake document Biden's laughing about in the late summer of 2016, the same late summer referenced in that Hill piece, when the FBI got word that the document was likely a fraud, Biden thinks it's just hilarious that the Ukrainian president's joking about the leaking of this document to American law enforcement and suggests that Manafort should go back to Russia. You know what? Manafort should have gone back to Russia. You know why? He probably would have gotten a more legitimate legal case to make in Russia than he did from the Obama White House. Disgusting. Now you may say, all right, Dan, so they thought it was a fake. Sounds kind of bad, but maybe there was some inkling of authenticity. I mean, maybe a cooperator, right, Joe, came forward and said, I want to cooperate against Manafort. I know what happened. A cooperator that cooperated with the Mueller team, like Rick Gates, you mean Manafort's partner? Yeah, maybe like that guy. Surely he came forward. Remember, he was a cooperator with Mueller, just to be clear. He spilled all the beans on Manafort. He was Manafort's partner, Rick Gates. So be clear for the liberals listening, because they have a tough time with facts and stuff. Clearly, he came forward, Joe, and said, you know what, the Black Ledger, there was some authenticity to it, so it's okay, used it. It may not have been all true, but is that what he said, Rick Gates? Let's go back to John Solomon's just a news piece from just a few months ago. Key witness Rick Gates told Team Mueller that Russia collusion evidence found in Ukraine was fabricated. Fascinating. Wow. Isn't that weird? So the FBI knows it's a fake. The Ukrainians tell him it's a fake. The Anti-Corruption Bureau tells him it's a fake. And Mueller's cooperator against Manafort, who cooperated with, tells him it's a fake too. And the FBI prosecuted anyway. Joe Biden appears to know that from this audio, and yet nobody's asking any questions again. No one. No, we need Trump's tax return. That's right, Trump's tax returns. How about Biden's tax returns? How about all the tapes and all the transcripts of what Biden said to the Ukrainian president as they were setting up Manafort with fake evidence they're laughing about on the phone? How about that? Can we get that too? Again, we're just asking questions. Are we allowed to ask that? Or will I be thrown in jail too in the new police state that's been forced upon us by the Obama-Biden legacy?
You just heard Dan Bongino.